Welcome back. We're talking about social marketing tools for your small business. That's right, if you are a small business owner or you're a visionary entrepreneur launching your brand online, you are definitely going to want to stay tuned to today's video. I'm going to share with you a variety of different tools and tips that are going to help you skyrocket your visibility and really start connecting to your ideal customers. That's how we make more money in our businesses online, so you better stay tuned. The way that social selling works for every business is going to be different. It's going to be unique to the way that you serve your customers, which means that if we're going to learn about social selling and social selling techniques, we have to think of it like a toolbox. And each new tip or technique that we learn or each new tool that we utilize is just that, a tool in our toolbox. So if you want to be successful online, if you want to utilize social selling for your business, then you're going to need to build up your toolbox. And that's what we're talking about in today's video. Social selling can be absolutely exhausting for some people. The idea of constantly having to build and nurture those relationships with our customers and our prospective clients can be a little bit much for some business owners, especially those who want to focus all of their energy on their superpowers, running their awesome business. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can save hundreds of hours of time. We'll also talk about how to keep your brand looking professional. And at the end of the video, I'll share with you a social selling superpower. So for this and more, stay tuned. I'll see you after the intro. Hey, I'm Coach Molle from Visibility Hacking Studios, and we help small businesses and visionary entrepreneurs blow up their visibility so they can be seen and heard and known and called on by their ideal customers. So if you want to see these tips in today's video, then you have to stay tuned. I'll see you after the intro. One thing you absolutely have to have in place if you're going to be successful in the world of social marketing and social selling is that you have to create the right kind of content. The kind of content that is not just designed for content for the sake of content, but designed specifically to engage your ideal customers. We call this content for the sake of connection. And when you start to shift your mindset, instead of sitting down at your desk and creating that new piece of content for today, which eventually makes you feel like you're drowning, makes you feel like you're trying to keep afloat in the middle of an ocean with waves crashing over you, right? All of the things we want to do in our life, all of the last minute changes in our life, those are like those waves that keep crashing over us when we feel like we have to keep creating content. I promise you, when you follow what we do in the visibility hacking world, you're never going to feel like you're drowning from content again. The content creation process is going to feel much more exciting because I want you to shift what you think about content. Stop thinking of it as like this burden of something that we have to constantly create in our business in order for us to continue to stay relevant, stay on top of things, stay up in people's feeds, stay at top of mind for our ideal customers. Instead, I want you to start thinking about content as an opportunity to have a connection with your people. Whether you're sharing tips or strategies to your ideal customer, whether you're highlighting products or services that you offer, whatever it is that you do, what we want to do is make sure that we are doing this consistently. Okay, so I get it. I hear you through the screen, but Molly, we are trying to create all of this content in order to stay relevant, and that in and of itself makes me feel like I'm drowning. But I have a tool for you. Yes, you want to stay relevant. You want to stay top of the algorithm by consistently creating great content. So first step is you're going to create a bank of ideas for your content. Then you're going to go batch, record, and edit all of that content. Then you're going to use a social media scheduler. A really awesome one that you can use if you have the Canva Pro account is that Canva has their own post scheduler inside. You can also use a post scheduling app like Later, which we've also used in the visibility hacking world. And of course, you can always do the fully customizable way and get yourself a virtual assistant who can post your social content on your schedule. There are so many different options. Stop looking for excuses. When we utilize a scheduling platform or a scheduling app, that frees us up, first of all, so that we stop having to be there to schedule and post each and every piece of content every single day or every day that we want to post and keep our brand relevant. But it also allows us to step back and have a bird's eye view. A lot of small business owners and virtual entrepreneurs get stuck in the weeds of what their day-to-day is going to look like, trying to stay relevant, trying to stay at the top of the algorithms. They forget that there are also important reasons to look back at what your content looks like on a grander scheme. Take Instagram, for example. So many people get stuck in the weeds of what their day-to-day posts should look like, and they forget to look at what their actual profile looks like, their whole collection of posts over the long run look like, how they connect to each other, how they create a journey for our customer and our potential customers to go through just based on the content we're creating. So use a scheduling app, have that bird's eye view, be able to have that longer term vision for your content, and I promise you will stop feeling like you're drowning in content. Question of the day, I am curious, do you use any sort of scheduler in your business already? Do you have processes in your business that are automated? Do you have calendar links that are automated? Do you have connection with your business and your mailing list that's automated? Tell me about what automation looks like in your small business. Let us know down in the comments below. One really simple way to make your brand look so much more professional, even if it's just you running your business. If you're that visionary solopreneur who works their business on their own, I promise you, I have a way to make your brand appear even the littlest, even the slightest bit more professional with one little tip. You'll be amazed. I was amazed at how many people didn't actually think of this when they were starting out their business, when they were getting themselves going, because it's something that our long-time game playing customers already do, but those who were trying to get that traction when they were launching their brands, they didn't even think of. So enough of the tease, let's actually tell you what this really simple tool is. So actually, in order to explain what the tool is, let me tell you what the headache we're trying to avoid is. So have you ever seen people posting links that are so long, they're kind of overwhelming and they take up huge chunks of text, or they just don't look very good in posts? Another headache that is connected to this is sometimes when we are posting on certain platforms, we have a character limit. So for those of you who post on Twitter, for example, and on Instagram, you will have a character limit to how long your posts can be. So if you're posting a link and the link happens to be this excessively long web address, that's going to eat up your character limit. So for both of those reasons, in order to overcome both of those headaches, here is a very simple tool that will help keep your brand looking professional. Real simple. Use a link shortener. There are so many different options out there. For example, if you're creating Google Forms, in the sharing options, you have the ability to shorten the link, and it will shorten it to only a few characters, which is fantastic. It doesn't eat up all your character limit, and it also looks a heck more professional than having this really, really long address. You can use free softwares, and you can also have paid platforms that allow you to do this as well. Now, the difference between a paid link shortener and a free link shortener is going to be a few different things. One, your brand or your web address may be able to be shortened as part of the core shortened link. So what I mean is, when you use a free link shortener, their link is going to be the web address. So it might say bit.ly.com/ a bunch of random numbers. So that's not really connected to your brand. On the other hand, if you used a paid system to do this, a paid link shortener, you might be able to have visibilityhacking.com or VHS or Visibility Hacking Studios, VHS.com/ short link, or whatever, something more connected to your brand. So either way, you're leveling up your professionalism when you use the free ones or when you use the paid ones. But when you really want to step it up that yet another level, then you're going to want to look for a paid link shortener. Simple tip! Another simple tip for you to get more strategies and tools for your small business is to hit the subscribe button and become a visibility hacker here on our channel. Social selling is all about creating content that is designed to connect to our ideal customers and our potential customers. So this means creating content that is relevant and timely, that resonates with our people. That's the kind of content we need to create. We've talked a few times today already about different ways and different reasons why social selling and content creation at that level can be really overwhelming. It can be rather exhausting. But of course, that only applies if you're doing it the wrong way. We have a variety of strategies that we have shared here on the Visibility Hacking channel that you can pick up on that'll help you streamline your content creation process. From understanding who your customer avatar really is to help align your messaging, to how do we actually schedule this all out? How do we do this in a way that doesn't make it feel like I'm constantly drowning? So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You can get access to all of those videos. But right now, I want to share with you the honest to goodness, hardcore truth about how we can create a ton of content, how we can turn social selling into our brand's superpower. It's easier than you think. It's not nearly as overwhelming as you think. And actually, once you start to think this way, you're going to look back at what you originally had ideas about when it came to content creation, and you're going to say, whoa, I was totally off base. I had no idea. I was playing the wrong game. The power of social selling is your ability to connect to your ideal customers, to be top of mind, to be relevant, exciting, and interesting to them. So how do we do this without A, drowning in work, and B, getting drowned in the noise on our social platforms? There's so many other people who are out there creating content, and they're not creating content for connection. They're just creating content for the sake of content. So how do we separate ourselves and rise above that? We do that by leaning into the power of social selling, and that is the power of connection. Lean on your genuine connection to your people. Lean in on those moments that create conversation, relevancy, and connection with your people. Now, in the visibility hacking world, we get those moments on a regular basis because we design our content strategy around our ability to connect with our people, on creating those magical moments of connection. And so for us, we have them left, right, and center to choose from and to connect with. But for you, if you are just starting on your content journey, or you're just starting to pay more attention to the content that you're creating, and you're looking to create more content for the sake of connection with your people, and you're going to start leaning in to those connections you have with them, what I recommend you do, as I say it regularly here, is to create your stage. Build your stage, your little place in the ecosystem where you share how your business works, how you help people, case studies, testimonials, all of that stuff. I want you to create a stage where you can proudly share your message of change. What kind of change can you bring about for your people? Start talking about that. Start getting excited about that. Because as we say quite often in the visibility hacking world, if you had the cure for cancer and you told no one, well, that wouldn't be very good for anyone, would it? And as small business owners and as visionary leaders, we have roadmaps for a better world. We have the ability to make that change. We just need to make sure that our message gets out there. Once our message is out there, we can put it in front of our ideal customers, and then they will start calling us rather than us having to call them for sales calls. And that's a beautiful thing. And it starts by building your live show. If you want more information on how to build an effective, not overwhelming live show, then you definitely want to join us over in the visibility hacking world. You can check us out at visibilityhacking.com. Click the link at the top that says Become a Visibility Hacker. You can join us in the community. And for those of you who have joined us for the entirety of our small business marketing series, then remember, you can always pick up your free copy of our small business marketing worksheet down in the description below. That plan has helped small businesses around the world bring in hundreds of millions of dollars into their business, and we want to give you that tool to do the same with yours. We truly believe that your message matters, that your ideal customers are waiting for you, and all you have to do is start showing up. So as I tell you all the time, my friends, remember, I love you. Be excellent to each other, and just go live, because your people, they're out there, they're waiting for you, so it's time to step up.